Okay, streaming again. There's a lot that I have to translate for this episode 105 of The Witcher, and a lot of it is very difficult. Um, and so I've been kind of just doing it piecemeal, just a little bit by little bit, usually going with the smallest ones first. Eventually, I'm going to have to do everything, but I mean, there's just a ton of very difficult words in here that I need to do. Do I have survive yet? I do have survive. Oh, actually. We always do. Of course. Stupid do in English. Um, do I have always? I don't. Now I just need to make sure that there isn't already a word for always that was used in the books. Does not look like it. Let's do this one first. We will find another way to survive. So, first word for we, I'm pretty sure is that. And then to find. Yeah, I got that. And for some reason, future is putting N after that, even though it's also the word for not, and it's also the word for we. It's very confusing. We will find another ire, that's from there, ire, and then find method, way. Like, I could have sworn that. Path? You know what? I think I'm going to use path. Don't I have road? Whoops. Road. Strede. No, but we're not going to use that. It needs to be something. Trail? Well, maybe. It's just it obviously comes from street, and that says civilization to me, not, something basic. You know what? No, we're going to do something more basic. We're going to do another word for path. Maybe that will become our word for way. On the other hand, I better look up how path is. No, you know what? I think it gets used as path. So you know what? We're gonna call this path. Straight is path. Don't always want to be sure that I kind of go with what the book is doing, or the books rather. Straight. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna find another path to survival. So we're gonna find ire straight. And what's 2? Ah, ape, ain. I think that we want the ah one. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one we want. In ire straight ah, and then survive is ape fish. Ape fashion, as I believe. Ape fashion. Make sure I have the nominalization correct. Apevation, present participle. Yep, apevation. That should probably be listed as one of the principal parts if it's going to change stuff. Maybe I just thought I would be able to eyeball it and just know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Well, I guess it's just when it ends in a vowel. So, Mina hul en ire stred a ape väsen. Let me just make sure. That's the passive. Yeah. It doesn't make sense because this is also this in the objective form, but I guess objects always come before the verb. So does negation. That's confusing. Okay, we find Will another path to surviving. And now instead of we always do, it's going to be like always it is so with us. Or always it is the case. Always it is truth. But one thing that we need is all. So I believe for all, we have something like this. So valiant is everything. That's any. But where is all? I could have sworn that I had that. Evel. Okay, and then time. Velig. That's what we're going to do. Actually, have I done something like that before? I have. Let's use that as a base. So that's again. And then this one's going to be velig. Velig. Yeah, because LH doesn't have a special form. Except that we don't need the double L there because there's an H. Velig. Velig. It's raining. Velig. What is this? Oh, always. A lot of E words in this thing. I had to make a choice when it came to these AEs, whether they were going to be pronounced A or A. I would have rendered after as after. Sometimes it feels right to have A, sometimes it feels wrong. I had to make a choice, I went with A. It's going to give it a very particular sound. Instead of fasap, it would be fasape. I think it sounds a little better. Alright, what are we doing? Velig. Velig. Always. Do I have words with thus? Oh. But like. No. But as. No. Always it is. Let's take a look. Oh my god. Really? Okay, I guess this preposition right here also serves as a preposition meaning like or as. It's basically everything. You can kind of see that if it started out its existence as an oblative. And now, what are our words for this and that? Het and het? Oh, right. It's just het. So we have heter and heta. It's here and there. So just, and then of course het is just the pronoun inet. Inet is going to be thus, or like that, or like this. It's going to be an adverb. And we're going to keep the H in there. Keep the H in there. And it's going to be stressed finally. Like this, like that, thus. I think I'm just going to enter it as thus. And I guess I do sometimes look it up like that. I want to make sure I find it. That's the whole point. Just to make sure I find it. Okay, always in it. Really in it. Now it is always het s, right? Is it just s? Est. Willigest in it. Willigest in it. Est in it. That's it. Always it is, I mean technically, is it like that. And there we are. One more down. Okay. Look at this. Tool, infiltrate, operate. There's this whole mess. My goodness. I think I did do marches, right? Hope. Do we have hope? No. It's kind of misworded, isn't it? I mean, nah, whatever. What about claim? That's not quite the same thing. You know what, I'm going to use this one just because it's a word that comes from the book. Oh, but I didn't, shoot, I don't remember the spelling, but it's like something like that. Gotta be sure to remark when it comes from the book so that everybody knows. There's probably an apostrophe in there somewhere. But we should use that. How loud it claims he knows the child. Yeah, man, this really makes me want to listen to Nightwish. Bless the child. All right, let's do allow. So it's causative. And that should be the causative of a stative verb. Don't really mark stative verbs, just transitive or intransitive. Let's see if I got any transitive verbs. No. 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 I enable. Well, now that's interesting, isn't it? What if you had a word, a language where the word for allow and the word for enable were identical, so that you enabled something, that meant you allowed it. Kind of like that idea. I'm going to give it a shot. What is my causative? I think it's just right? Yeah, it's just I don't even know where the N shows up. So arcane. I hope I haven't used that already. Okay. Let's go. And I believe, yeah, I just throw an A on the front. This is now a transitive verb, and it means to enable, to allow. Uh-oh. You didn't see that. I forgot to. There we go. Well, whatever. You know that my cousin thanked me. So to enable, to allow, object is one enabled or allowed, and take clause headed by infinitive, definitely. Object is subject of infinitive type clause. So in other words, this is subject to object raising, and if you ever wonder, it's like, oh, subject to object raising, what's happening? Is this, licensed by some sort of Chomskyan syntax, blah blah blah? No, we know why this is. There's an object there because it was causativized. So it's a causative. When you make an intransitive verb a causative, the object is what used to be the subject. So for be able to, right? When it was the subject was the one that was able. When it's causativized, the object is the one that is able. So if you just kind of follow that progression, the reason why you have subject to object raising is because this transitive verb, still wants an object. And furthermore, that object has an actual, what do you call it, a theta role, for lack of a better term. In other words, it's still an active participant, and that in this main verb, this thing is defining its role. The infinitival clause is just basically an addition. One sec. Hey, just so you know, I'm recording here.
And you haven't yet figured out a hotkey.
Oh, I can mute it. Here, just 1 second. I hope this doesn't do anything.
What do I care?
Okay, so now I'm recording again. It's a font question. So I used the same. I should just change the hotkey. I used hotkeys so I can remember them. The command 1 makes it start streaming. Command 0 mutes it. But the thing is, both of those things have other functions in both of the programs that I use. So for this one, command 0 makes it smaller. So then I have to go back and zoom it again. Fit width? Okay, there we go.
Well, shouldn't you just set them as opposite? So if one of them zooms one way, then have the reverse of it zoom the other way?
No, I want to make it the same button, so I don't have to
Oh.
remember two different buttons. Anyway, so I was just explaining subject to object raising. What am I doing? Oh, I'm translating. Ah, and that's done now. All right, so I allowed it. And so that's, yes, the third is that the fourth one? And then how do we do the past tense? And it's the, and it's if. Oh, I may need to change that in the thing. If. No, it's Ave. Ave Arcade. And then we're going to use that T to break it up. Atave Arcade. Enable. Did I add this to the dictionary? I don't think I did. Yeah, and that needs to be if. Yeah. All right. Son of a.
You better mute it.
I cuss all the time on this, but I caught myself that time.
Shocked.
But I already have a word for it. God, so dumb. Like I searched for it and I didn't. Unbelievable. Let's see what it was. Ben. Well, you know what? I'm just going to make two stupid words that mean the same thing, but just for different reasons. And so, okay, allowed in the sense of removing the obstacles that prevented the action from occurring, and see also there. So that's that one. Now, I swear it didn't come up. In the sense that the allower has the authority to permit the action to occur and has done so. See also. Okay. There. Now there's two words for allow. function not working. It didn't work. It didn't, when I did it before and it didn't show me. And you know what? I have video evidence.
I was gonna say, yeah, you should go look at that video evidence.
I have proof.
Yeah, there's a good chance that you just spelled it wrong or something when you were typing it before and didn't notice.
I do not misspell things when I'm typing.
Oh, never ever have you, for instance, used a homophone or anything else?
I would have noticed it right away. I noticed these things.
Oh, of course. Absolutely, 100%.
Unbelievable what I have to put up with. You're so mean to me.
I am, but it's because you deserve it.
And of course, it's the wrong word. The new word I created isn't even going to get used here because the way I've defined it, this one doesn't make sense.
The crickets are calling me.
Fembenta? All right. Fembenta. At ave fembenta. I allowed it. He claims he knows the child. Het dike. All right. Add that to the dictionary. Oh, but that was the whole point. Yeah. Het dike que. Right. So make sure that was right. Que. That he knows Gretfische and child wed. All right. Dave fembente. No, lowercase het dike quet veshe wed. It have allowed. He claims that he knows child. Bam. Yeah. Good old gatherer dryad. He's got quite the line here. So I think he's only got these 2 lines here, right? So they're moving north, taking land. And then if we operate out of fear, we close ourselves off to anything that could help us. That's pretty epic there for gatherer dryad. He's just a humble gatherer, and yet he knows. Nilfgaardian soldiers. Do I have soldier? Not yet. Yeah, brother. I haven't done these because I don't know how that's pronounced or how they're going to pronounce it. I guess I'll just say Sean Kayan. Promised? No, I'm going to need to come up with something that. See, this is a complex. It's a complex predicate, gosh darn it. I want to have to figure that out. Border? Molded. This is why I haven't done this one. She can be molded. I don't know how to say that in any other language but English. Not a single one. And that includes Spanish. I haven't got the slightest idea. I'm going to look it up. It's probably going to be wrong. Oh, I bet French. I bet French would have something. Molded me into the man I am today. Il me façonné? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that basically makes sense. Let's see if we have the same thing in Spanish. Mordeo. Oh my god. Can't be serious. Oh, that's just, I mean, come on. I'm gonna ask my mother about that. Hat mich zu hat mich zu dem Mann geformt. Geformt, der ich heute bin. I don't know if that's the proper word order, but I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. All right, let's. I don't think I have a make word like that. Yeah, okay, now how about to make, to form. All right, so there's nothing like that in the, already in the books. Let's try to make. Yeah, no. Oh, of course. Don't look at that. I haven't written that yet. It's all in my noodle. This is what, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I don't want to do it. No, this is what I'm going to do. Should be more space between those. I'm going to use not fel, I'm going to use then. And then we're just going to make a verb that means to shape or give form to. Wait, do I have an inactive? Let's see. No, I don't. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something a little funky. All right, so form is, okay, I'm just going to do something for form and shape, and then I'm going to throw ape on the front. So what letter do I want to make it? Not P. Whichever is the lesser of. Could just do ferm. Ferm. That would be something that he would actually do. Just take the word ferm and make that it. I like that. No, we're not going to do that. It's going to be tell. Roman gave me a look when I made that sound. Poor little boy. He's trying to sleep. Oh, he's covered his little face with his paw. So cute. Okay, tell. Form, shape. Hmm. Are you... I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. You saw me search for form, didn't you? It was probably 2 form. All right, my bad there. Fine. This is now the word for shell. Take that. Word for shell is tell. Outside of nut. Look at that. Made a new stupid word. God, I can't believe it. So, make. Of course it's make. Throw a C entry in all of these just to let me know that I can use it for several things. Okay, case, casing, and then shell. And actually, I'm going to throw it down for exterior as well. Look at that. Got a new one there at the end. Okay, so back. So now I can show you what I was actually going to do. Make. We're going to turn this into a verb. And we're going to do it like this. Thought about doing something else, but I'm going to do this. Ape, mekte. To form, to shape, to give shape to form, to mold. And this one can be used literally or figuratively. Look at that. All right. To form, to shape, to mold. Take that. Okay. Okay, what's our in, our locative? Ugh, God. Let's see this. On, over, in, for, during. Okay, I guess that one is an under. This is the under one. Okay, so it is with a Y. Πρότυπον. Het geen nil. Wait a minute. The hell are you talking about? You see it sassing me? Oh, fine. I think that's true. Whatever. God, I wish I were in Finland right now. I really feel like something tasty there. Or I feel like having some Waterzooi in that's actually what this reminds me of a little bit. This rainy day, I was having Waterzooi and is that in where was it? Ghent. This butcher shop slash restaurant that was very expensive. Oh no. Oh shit. Second person form. Fuck, I gotta go back over everything I've done. Okay, one thing at a time. uh, it's the infinitive, right? Yeah. Okay, can be molded. It's just regular. Ipmekil. Het kine ipmekil. Het shikan. Het kine become. And came. And then one from us. Mm. I already done that phrase. I'm gonna look this up. And broken. She can be molded. She can become one of us. Alright, that's where it's going to sit for now, but I actually have several things that I need to look up. First of all, this phrase rings a bell, so I have to go and search through all the dialogue from the book again because I remember seeing that in conjunction with this show or or the books. And then second, I didn't remember those second person forms. So I think I may have delivered stuff that should have different second person forms. So I got to go back and look at 104. I'll glance at 103, but no, 103 no. So I got to look at 104 and make sure that it's correct. And actually, let's look real quick through this. Doesn't look like the word you appears anywhere, so I don't think I have any second person forms. I'm also slightly disturbed. I think that this one doesn't conjugate because that one comes from the books. And so if that doesn't conjugate, then I need to honor that. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing next. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you next time.